Hello, welcome back. Last time I needed a little bit more think time on a puzzle that just was not giving up its secrets willingly, so let's see if a heavy shield, will be a bit more understandable this time.
The music and its early community had given Jan a taste of the comfort he'd been missing. But more than anything,
for a moment this was open.
He realized how heavy of a shield he'd been holding up.
So, alright, the things that I learned here, I have to have 0 things pressed for that to be opened back up. And I have relatively little in the way of occlusion. This and that seem to be the only good one. I can stack things on my head by scraping them off here, and the thing that gets pushed ahead during the scrape can be hidden by this block just fine. However, this is a second scraping spot, so that's not a full solution on its own. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of play around for a moment here. Right, yeah, just getting around here is kind of actually a tricky thing on its own. I cannot get to that middle, that is inaccessible to me. I had an idea about something I wanted to try doing. Again, I can't get to that middle, that's inaccessible to me. So I kind of have to, like, disrupt something in the process of just basic getting around here. I wanted to try... I'm not sure what I think this is leading to, but I want to see. Putting that there... Yeah, if I could pack 2 boxes here, I still would have one more that I would have to deal with somehow. But maybe... Okay. If this were up for just a moment, it couldn't really hide anything meaningful, and also it wouldn't... If it was up, then it wouldn't need to hide anything. But I just want to see some things. Okay. Let's do this differently. I can go here, I can go here, I can push this way. I can't push another up on top of that without some additional trickery, and why would I want to? I'm not actually sure. Okay, so if I have things on my head... let's see, the way to do that looks something like this. Foi, foi, foi. This sound is a whole lot of fun. Okay, so here's what wants to be a partial scrape, because that looks like it's pressing against this box, but then it changes its mind. And the mind changing will always happen because this is farther away. Therefore, the top of this gets revealed and the boxes shuffle into place. To scrape, I need to be moving toward the camera. Or... Oh, that's not true. That is not true. Yeah, I need to be moving toward the camera, or have something in front obscuring the would-be, like, top surface of this, or whatever the thing is going on to. Okay, so now if I push something here, that's no good in a lot of ways. I find it very unlikely that that's involved in the solution. I find it very likely that this is involved in the solution. Let's just try this from all the angles in case one of them is different in some way. Doesn't seem to be. Alright, so I have a thing on my head. So that thing that I'm stepping off of stays pressed for that entire transaction. It doesn't unpress briefly as the boxes shuffle down, unfortunately. But here I can see 101010. Okay, I don't feel like I've had any new realizations here. This bridge exists. Okay, so visibility. After that has happened, it's not as though I can hide this, and I want this exact angle to hide that too. So it feels like this is part of the solution, but I need to do something else first. Is the chimeric mechanic in this game? Can I like merge all these boxes into one? No, I think, okay, right, so there was another theory of doing a scrape of some sort in a way that would cause boxes to fall all the way off the edge. I have to throw the shield away. Maybe. So, okay, so let's go back to when I did that first scrape to get a thing on my head. No falling is involved here. When can falling be involved? Can it be involved at all? Or is falling completely off limits to me? I mean, things fell off my head when I scraped them off by making that move. Other than that, yeah, falling only happens when an elevator, like, moves, or a thing gets scraped off. Adjacency. Not that that would seem to matter, but it does exist. Okay, well, if you want to, you can do this. I just need to explore my options, and at some point I'll see one that means something, I hope. I can just get up there, no problem as it is. Okay, so here's something I observed. Ooh. There is something I'm observing. Okay, so it was that if a box is... Where? There was a magic spot. The spot was... Oh, wait. Why was that a magic spot? Oh, I had something for a second. It had to do with putting an object on top of one of these. I saw it when I was standing up here. What did I see? Nothing really. Aha, but I do maybe see another thing. Okay. Let's set as a sub-goal, get a box here. That doesn't seem particularly achievable, but let me find out how wrong I am about that. Oops. No, that's not tall enough to hide this and push there. And the equivalent spot just doesn't exist. From the other side, it's no better. In fact, it's kind of worse. Okay, so I've been trying a lot of things that involve 1 stack of 4. Let's try instead 2 stacks of 2 and see if that leads to anything that makes sense. So with 2 stacks of 2, I could put a single on top of my head. And what's that good for? I see one thing. Let's put 2 on top of my head. I don't think this is a full solution, but it's starting to look like something. Two on my head. 1 in the spot that can be hidden. And 1 in a place that can be hidden by that. Not in any way relevant. Because whatever I do, that's still at least 1 pressed at all times. And yeah, it's usually the one I'm standing on. Yeah, so you can see I move from here to here. That says 1 for a brief moment. With just 0 floor spaces I can actually stand on. Well, 2 floor space, 1.5 floor spaces I can actually stand on. This and the half here. How do you seriously expect me to do anything? Is it hint time? Not yet. Like, I can't count any of these spaces because they already require something else to exist for them to be valid. So let's imagine if this was up. Why would I bother imagining that? Because it's not something I can make happen. All switches count the same. There's no, like, negative switches. I'm gonna give this another moment just prodding and thinking about it, but it's probably just about time to let the hint system at least give me a hint at what path it expects me to take, because right now I have absolutely nothing. Oh! It is a chimera thing, what? Because that one doesn't exist, I can merge them? I found it. So what I was trying there was, there's another way to make things fall, which is to scrape something off of my head. But then, something much more interesting happened. Oh, okay. So if you can't see a box, but you can see the floor here. Goodbye, box. What does this mean? That there are 2 boxes? It literally is a chimera. What? For those of you watching only this, but not other things that I do, this terminology comes from a Leaf's Odyssey world. Okay. 4 boxes, sharing 1 space. That shield is very heavy. 4 times the normal density. Okay. Neat. So sort of accidentally discovering the thing, but I mean, I said the words before I discovered it, kinda. Alright. That was pretty wild. I think this is... No, this is the right way. Withdrawn. Okay. Cool stuff. Alright, so things can merge.
It started with a retirement post.
Okay, here we go.
Jan wrote that he was feeling a bit burnt out and wanted to leave the community for a while. It was strange and sad for such a figurehead to be leaving. but Fitch and the community gave him their full support. Not long later, he was gone.
So yeah, this is where I really, really, really want Jan's perspective. Ooh, look at that. I guess that's... I'm not sure... Z-fighting doesn't usually follow such an orderly, stripy pattern. Am I actually seeing something else there? That looks more intentional to me. Maybe. Although the stripes are, like, wider up here than they are down here, so maybe not. Haven't quite seen... I guess most of the blocks I've pushed into each other have been roughly the same color. There it's much more dramatic and I can actually see it. Okay, so I need to sit here while this is up and bump this way. At least that's one way that things could happen. It looks like a potentially possible one. Now I need to press 2 things for that to be the case. And I remember this being kind of involved to get that box back, except... Now I remember the trick. It was all about this thingy. So I think I go back around now if I somehow can. I think the problem is No, I just do this. That's right. Yeah, so I had trouble seeing it a second time. Alright, there we go. So that's up. Then I just want to stand here and bump that. There we go. And that's the correct spot. Chained down. So Jan, what's happening with you? Please tell us.
The community had cracked something within him, and it only felt right to continue chipping away at it.
Oh.
But it wouldn't be possible here.
Oh.
Not with the reputation he had.
So he's doing this on purpose to, like, work on whatever's wrong with him. Interesting. Only felt right to keep chipping at it. Is this a healthy action? I don't know. We might find out. Okay, what am I trying to do? So just get block down here. What's connected to what? There's a series of trapdoors there. That's how I get here, and that has had consequences that I don't yet understand. Well, you don't go there, huh? You can go one side or the other, but not the place I want you to be. Yeah, there really isn't anything that connects to the middle of this. Is there anything that could, like, push this way from there, or... what? What's the deal with this? Okay, let's look at the used up trapdoor outlines. Nothing. Yeah, that connection just doesn't seem to exist. Okay, let me go there myself. Nothing surprising about that. There's potential for hiding here. I'm invisible now. While hidden, I can't see any part of this block, so I couldn't move into and, like, become one with the box or anything like that. Now I could... Okay, so that's an interesting query. What happens if something is on a trapdoor, and then... Oh, right, and also I can do this if I wish. What happens if something's on a trapdoor and then that something gets hidden? What does the trapdoor do? Because that seems like an interesting action to try. It disappears, and then that something can fall. Oh, cool, okay, it's on my head now. Alright. Okay, problem is, I don't want that. I don't really want that. I have a burden now that I need to eliminate. How do I unburden myself? So cool, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's a scraping spot. Okay, well that was the whole thing. Alright, yeah, today is mechanic discovery day. This one was a lot easier to discover than the other one. Pretty sure I can still get there, no problem. Yep. Alright, great. So, held back.
A month or so later, though, Jan was back.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He was welcomed enthusiastically by his fans and friends, and he seemed to be in a better place than before his hiatus. But his mood seemed to gradually collapse again. And once again decided to leave.
So he made progress. He chipped away at that thing inside him, whatever it is. And for a moment it helped him out. He hasn't really shared this with Fitch or anybody else that we know about. I'm not understanding what it is I'm trying to do here yet. Although, don't I just... yeah, okay, there we go. Simpler than I thought. Alright, so, a strong pull. Ah, a strong pull, I understand.
As Jan tried to distance himself from the music, he realized he was also distancing himself from the community's acceptance and companionship. But returning would only bring back his burnout.
Okay, well, I mean, this looks really straightforward. What's the issue? Well, I think you are the issue. The thing that I can do that seems helpful being... yeah, I got a lot more boxes than I need just for this action, so I'm sure there's something more to it than that. Wanna die? That's how you do that. Okay, cool. Is that helpful? No, just... tap, 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 tap. Okay, so... now I need to conceptualize what I actually have to do here. How would I ever stand here? These are all trapdoors. So, name of the level is hinting that pulling is involved somehow. Pull is not a verb I get in this game, as far as I'm mostly aware of. Oh, wait. Can I hide you so you don't return? Let's test that concept just to make sure I know how this works. Because I can do it with something nearer to me. Okay, sure, one of those is hidden now. Okay, I made a gap. And then it does that. So what it feels like is I want to hide you while you're there. It's not that simple. Oh, it could be, though. Oh, there's something better, actually. It's not available. But if this were hidden now, and I could still see that, and I was standing there, I could totally walk that way. Okay, well, how would I be standing there? Okay, if I was standing... here, I guess. Okay, then how would I hide that? Okay. No, I think maybe what's actually happening is I'm falling onto this? Or falling onto some part of this whole situation. Yeah, I think falling is involved. If falling were involved, then I would want to get pushed by what, how? Okay, so my intuition says pattern I want looks something like... what? Something like this. I want to be able to hide that from this perspective. Oh wait, what if I were just up high right here? Wouldn't that be everything I need? Okay, how are you gonna do that? Well, easily. Check it. Oh, okay. Less easily than I hoped. Also, that erases the thing that I need to still exist. Okay. So not so easily. Got it? Alright. Now hold on, I could have done that a little bit differently. I might want a different perspective of... Okay, let's... No, that's fine, I can get that back. If this were here, I could get onto it like that and be in completely the wrong place. Yes, I could do those things. With that where it is, though... I'd have to drop those to get here and then no going... Wait. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing. This is very silly. I love it. All right. Have I intuited this correctly? I need a stack of 3. That stack of 3 is going to go... Stack of 2 might do it, but I'm going to use a stack of 3. Stack of 3 will go there. No, it's going to have to be 2. Okay, stack of 2. Pretty sure I have seen a full solution here. Two stacks of 2. One single on the actual switch. Not yet. Okay, this stack of 2 goes... here. Now I need... Gotta think carefully about this. Okay, so I think I want you here? Check this out. There we go. I just ceased to be corporeal and let the thing pass right through me. Whoa! That was the 100th puzzle. Okay. Alright. Cool stuff. Yeah, so the consequences of incorporeality. That's what's happening now. Yeah, like advanced hidden. Well, I mean, this is all just within the hidden mechanic. The way this sparkles is fascinating to me. Just these little pixels that shine through in that gap right there. They're screen stable. Like they don't move on the screen when the camera scrolls. Like I can, if my cursor is visible, which it can't stay, but it's always the same spot. Pattern of 2, 2, 1, but then sometimes, like this one's blinking. So this one is unstable, but the rest are very consistent. Usually 2, 2, it's like on, off, on. No, it's a little different. Then when I go down here, everything changes and it just kinda flips out. What if I'm here? Okay, back to the pattern of 2s. What if I go on this? Well, sure, that's gonna be very unstable. I don't know how much video encoding is letting you actually see what I'm talking about here, so let's stop talking about it. Alright, so next time's gonna be... Oh, well check it out, there I just bumped into a level space and nothing happened. So that task is done. No reorient from just doing that. Okay. Next time, conflict it.